On Earth, there is a fountain. Whoever drinks the water from this fountain will gain immortality. For this reason, these people dedicate their entire lives to searching for that fountain's water. But to reach it, they must overcome many obstacles, because since ancient times, invisible forces have been protecting this fountain's water. The reason is that if this fountain falls into the hands of evil people, it could destroy the entire world. Now, the question is, can they reach the fountain? We will find out. But before that, like the video and start watching the full video. The story begins in Malaysia. Right at the start, we see a man who is an archaeologist, but at this moment, he is not searching for any ancient artifact. Instead, he is running. Because he has a highly valuable painting with him. He just stole it a little while ago, and a dangerous mafia gang is hot on his heels. While running, he jumps onto a moving train. Once on the train, he feels a bit relieved, but a mysterious girl named Espe surprises him. The girl looks at him and says, "Give me the painting." But the man completely denies it, and just then Espe's other associates attack the man. A direct confrontation begins. A chaotic fight ensues inside the train, but the man seizes an opportunity and jumps off the train. He barely manages to escape from them. Then the scene shifts to London. Here, we see the man's older sister, Sally. She is an artist by profession. She collects various paintings and displays them properly in museums or galleries, and she also works as a museum guide for children. But her personal life is not going well at all. She is actually going through a divorce and is in serious trouble with her husband. Feeling mentally broken, Sally arrives at the museum in the morning and starts her work. Suddenly, she sees her brother after many years. She's surprised to see him. Through conversation, the man confuses his sister, and seizing the opportunity, he steals a valuable painting. Sally doesn't delay and chases after him. Coming out of the museum, she sees the man waiting in an expensive car. She tells him to hand over the painting, but in the meantime, the police arrive. Seeing the situation turning bad, the man tells her to get in the car, and they quickly drive away. The police chase them. Finally, the man hides the car inside a large truck. This allows them to escape from the police. Waiting in this truck were his two other trusted assistants, Patrick and Dev. The man gives the painting to Patrick. Patrick tries to examine it. He checks to see if there is any clue hidden here, any mystery. We will soon find out what they are searching for. At this time, the man asks his sister to work with him. This is not just a theft, it's a major mission, but Sally outright refuses. She says, "I won't work for thieves." Meanwhile, Patrick says, "I'm not finding any kind of clue in this painting." Then the man is forced to knock his sister unconscious. He leaves her in a safe place. Later, when she returns to the museum, she finds that the stolen painting has been placed back in its original spot. However, due to her involvement in the incident, the authorities suspect her, and she is fired from her job. Meanwhile, Interpol is now after the man, and they are also keeping an eye on Sally. Having lost her job, she starts walking aimlessly, feeling utterly frustrated. She gets so angry that she goes to the man's secret hideout and shouts, "You have completely ruined my life." An argument ensues between the brother and sister. However, the man tries to explain to her again, "Look, this isn't just about a painting. We are searching for something that could change the entire history." And then he reveals the true purpose of the mission. They are searching for the Fountain of Youth, a magical fountain whose water, if drunk, grants immortality. Not only that, one would gain infinite wealth and could become world famous. A businesswoman named Quinn was sponsoring this mission. They were all searching for the Fountain of Youth. Actually, this man, the archaeologist, was very wealthy, but he had cancer. So he was desperately searching for that precious magical fountain because drinking its water just once would grant a person eternal life. This was the primary reason he was funding this expedition. But that's not all. Quinn makes Sally a tempting offer. If she works on the mission, she will arrange a top lawyer for her son's custody case, and she will also get her museum job back. Sally cannot refuse such a big offer. Then the man explains that to prevent the misuse of such a valuable fountain's water, a secret society was formed called the Protectors of the Path. These protectors had hidden the fountain since ancient times. Their goal was to ensure this magical power did not fall into anyone's hands. Generation after generation, they protected it. But then, another secret faction emerged. They wanted the fountain's water to be accessible to all. So the protectors hid secret clues in 6 famous paintings. If someone could find these paintings and bring them together, they would find a clue, and then they could reach the location of the magical fountain's water. Patrick shows the 6 pictures. One of them he had already stolen from Malaysia, which we saw at the beginning of the movie. And the second painting was stolen from London. Each painting had hidden lines written in invisible ink, 6 and 1. And each picture mentioned a unique character, which essentially acted as clues. But there was a problem. The secret line was missing from the painting stolen from the London Museum. It was fake. Sally, who knows about art, identifies that this painting is by an artist named Robert, who used to make perfect copies of Christ's paintings, meaning it was a copy, not the original. That's why they couldn't find any clue in it. Now they realize that the painting the man stole was a forgery. To find the clue, they need to find the original painting. The next day, the man is sitting in a cafe reading a book. Just then, the mysterious girl, Espe, appears again. She says, "You managed to escape from me in Malaysia, but how will you escape now?" Forced, the man asks her, "Who do you actually work for?" Espe tells him, "I work for Mr. Eldor, and he now knows everything, what you are searching for, where to find it, how to get it. But my job is to prevent you from reaching it, and to ensure my master gets there because he needs this fountain's water, not you." Then Luke says, "All right then, let's make a deal. Half for you, half for me. But for that, you first need to complete some courses." Espe replies, "I'll definitely do that." She sternly warns Luke not to research the fountain any further. She says, "This fountain doesn't just restore life, it can bring destruction. It's very dangerous, and the protectors will defend it, even at the cost of their own lives if necessary." But Luke is not one to back down. Meanwhile, time is passing, and their mission is becoming increasingly complicated. After much searching, they learn that a famous art collector named Lutetia had set out on a voyage carrying the painting on a ship. At that very time, a war was going on, and the Germans targeted and sank that ship. For many years, the wreckage of the sunken ship was located in the northern Atlantic Ocean. It is believed that the paintings are still in the ship's storage room. Upon getting this news, their team heads to Antarctica. They attach a large number of balloons to the ship's storage and slowly bring the ship to the surface. Once the ship is above water, they all set out to search for the painting. But at that time, Espe arrives with her entire team via helicopter. She also enters the ship. After searching, they find a container where the painting was kept. Finding it makes them both very happy. But just as they are about to leave, they are confronted by someone with a gun, and Espe demands the painting. Then a huge fight breaks out between them. A very well choreographed fight scene takes place here. Then, a bullet hits the balloons, causing them to explode one after another, and the ship begins to sink slowly again. In the midst of the casualties, Luke and Sally manage to escape from them. They leave the sinking ship behind. Afterwards, they scan the paintings. There, they discover a Latin word. Combining all the characters, they get a word, wicked. After much thought, they find a connection between the word wicked and the previously found 1 and 6. Then they find another line mentioning King James. King James was the king of both Scotland and England. He was known as James VI of Scotland and James I of England. King James authorized the publication of a Bible. However, due to some translation errors, many started calling it the Wicked Bible. They believe the next clues about the fountain are hidden in this Wicked Bible. Luke says this Wicked Bible is preserved in the Austrian National Library. While they are discussing this, suddenly Interpol agent Jamal arrives with his entire police force and arrests everyone. During their interrogation, the Malaysian mafia also shows up. They threaten the Interpol agents with guns and take them captive. They had actually followed the Interpol agents here. The mafia leader demands the stolen painting, but Luke starts twisting his words again. Luke says, "I am willing to give you that painting along with 5 other valuable paintings, but in return, you must release all my companions." They agree. Afterwards, they release them. Then Luke pretends to hand over the painting and signals to Jamal. Luke goes and plays a loud gunshot sound from a volume. This confuses them momentarily. Seizing this opportunity, the Interpol agents open fire on the mafia. Luke also escapes from there. Meanwhile, Jamal and his Interpol team kill the mafia members on the spot. Afterwards, Jamal starts searching for Luke, but Luke, with his team, heads to the Austrian National Library. Sally brings her son Thomas with them to the library. She and Quinn are waiting in a cafe. There, they find the Wicked Bible. They start scanning the pages of the book. Just then, Espe appears. When Luke tries to confuse her with words, Espe and her team attack him. A major fight breaks out inside the library. However, Luke is very clever. He traps Espe and escapes from there. They realize that scanning such a large Bible will take a lot of time, so they devise another plan. They must steal the Bible. Dev and Luke together knock out the library assistant. Then using a secret underground drone tunnel, they secretly leave the city. Meanwhile, Quinn and Thomas exit from another direction. However, Espe's people capture them. Although Quinn is ill, he alone can fight everyone off. Everyone returns to the hotel. Together, they completely scan the Bible. Finally, a mysterious pattern emerges from the Bible. They start researching these numbers, but they can't understand what it signifies. Then little Thomas notices something. Thomas says, "Could these numbers be musical notes?" Because Thomas is very skilled at the piano. Thomas starts playing the numbers according to musical characters, and a strange tune plays. Upon investigation, they learn it's an ancient musical piece. It was created in honor of the 7 wonders of the world at that time. From this, they understand that it is a directional map. Then they place the 6 pictures on the map, and surprisingly, the painting's characters match the locations of 6 of the wonders. All the paintings together form a pattern that points towards the final wonder, which was the Giza pyramid. This means the fountain is there. Perhaps the fountain is hidden somewhere within this pyramid. Meanwhile, the scene shifts to Vatican City. There, Mr. Eldor meets with Espe. He tells her that Luke has obtained the Bible and will now discover the fountain's location. Hearing this, Mr. Eldor says, "Some things in life are fixed and cannot be changed. If the fountain of youth is written in someone's destiny, they will get it. The real question is whether that person is good or evil. You keep this trident. It will be useful to you later." Why Mr. Eldor gave her this trident, we will find out later. Luke's team arrives in Egypt a few hours later. They learn that there are many secret chambers and tunnels deep beneath the Giza pyramid, and the fountain could be hidden inside one of them. Quinn hires many bodyguards for her security there, and now Quinn's behavior changes completely. She doesn't pay any attention to what others say. Afterwards, everyone descends to the very bottom of the pyramid, but there was another secret chamber much deeper below. The way to it was blocked by a wall. They start searching for a clue. At that time, Quinn plans to blast through the wall. However, Sally doesn't like this. She asks Quinn for 1 hour, but Quinn is reluctant to agree. She blows up the wall. Then following that path, they reach a secret room. In the middle of that room was a huge circular stone. They now need to move it. Everyone tries to move it, but it's too heavy, and they can't manage to shift it. Seeing this, Quinn plans to blow up the stone with a grenade. But again, an argument breaks out among them over this. There, Quinn tells Luke that she has a separate team below, and she has spent a lot of money, so she will decide what to do. Everyone argues. Meanwhile, Thomas again notices the written words in the room. He observes that the echo in this room is unusually loud. He also sees a musical instrument there. Thomas starts playing it. It's the same song of the 7 wonders. Then strange sounds start again inside the room. Hearing this echo, the stones there begin to shake. Due to the intensity of the vibrations, the stones there slowly start levitating in the air, and Sally also pushes the stone forward. They see a beetle model below. It was a model of a scarab beetle. As soon as they grab this beetle, the entire passage starts descending like an elevator. Outside, Interpol agents are seen arriving. They fight off Quinn's people there. Then Espe arrives with her team. A fight breaks out with Quinn's people. Afterwards, the Interpol team and Espe's team enter the pyramid together. Meanwhile, as they descend via the elevator, they find a mysterious passage. There, they see a tree of life image engraved on a gold leaf. Sally sees a statue of a goddess below it, holding an amber stone. Taking it, Sally says, "This is called the burning stone, and this stone ignites in sunlight." Sally places this stone in the middle of the gold leaf, and as it sinks in, a secret path opens up. Everyone enters inside. They see a huge chasm ahead, seemingly 10 to 12 stories deep. There's no way down. However, Luke sees another scarab beetle model there. Then, upon pressing it, it starts to move, and numerous stairs emerge. Everyone descends using these stairs. Reaching there, they see an eye-like shape. Suddenly, it opens up, creating a path. At the end of this path, they see a water reservoir. Is this the fountain? Seeing this, Quinn becomes completely disappointed because there is very little water there. She tells Luke, "Drink it and see if it really works," but Luke refuses. Then Quinn reveals to everyone that she doesn't have cancer. She has come to drink the fountain's water to make herself powerful and immortal. Meanwhile, upstairs, Jamal and Espe fight their way through Quinn's people and advance forward. Then they descend using the elevator. Seeing that Luke doesn't want to drink the water, Quinn shoots him and threatens him. "If you want to live, you must drink that water." Forced, he goes to the water. As soon as he touches the water, it fills up, and as his blood falls into the water, a kind of energy flows through it. The water starts swirling around the man. After some time, the man starts levitating. Electricity flashes there. Shining water falls into the man's hands. When he goes to drink it, he sees a vision within the water. Sally and Thomas are growing old, and their life forces are transferring to him. Actually, this is the terrible truth of this creature. To become immortal, one must sacrifice the lives of loved ones. Knowing this horrifying truth, the man does not drink the water. At that moment, a miraculous thing happens. The man's wounds heal on their own. He has sacrificed himself for the needs of others. Everyone understands that this was a test to see if this person was selfish or not. But seeing this, Quinn becomes enraged. She starts shooting at the man again. Even after firing many bullets, nothing happens to him. The magical fountain of youth continues to protect him, healing his wounds. Seeing all this, Quinn realizes that the fountain truly has magic. Now she drops her own blood into the water. Again, electricity flows into the water, and the water around her starts swirling. She also rises, floating in the water. The shining water rises into her hands. In that water, Quinn sees a terrifying vision. She drinks the water, gains immortality and power, and below, she is taking the life force from her loved ones. Seeing this, she becomes bewildered. Driven by greed, Quinn starts drinking the water, and her body's power gradually increases. Sefi and Jamal arrive and see Quinn drinking the magical water, becoming increasingly powerful. Sefi realizes she must stop her at any cost. She takes out the trident that Mr. Alvaro had given her. It was actually a key that could lock the chamber completely. Using the trident, Sefi opens a passage and finds a huge bell inside. Sefi rings the bell, causing the chamber's doors to start closing and the pyramid to begin locking. Quinn sees that she is gaining power, but there is no one beside her at that moment, no one she loves whom she can sacrifice. She has lived her whole life only for herself, and now, the fountain starts draining her life force, exactly what she had seen in her vision earlier. Now, it is happening to her. She rapidly ages and her entire body weakens. Simultaneously, all the doors there start closing. Seeing this, everyone else comes up from below. That door closes forever. Quinn is trapped there alone, aged and imprisoned, with no one by her side. The stairs also start closing. Everyone climbs up. All of Quinn's men who were there fall down below. When they reach the top, they see that many traps have been activated there, but they barely escape. Then, everything gradually calms down. Afterwards, the man gives all the stolen paintings that were with Quinn to Jamal. Jamal then releases them, placing all the blame on Quinn and declaring her missing. Before leaving, Sefi comes to talk to the man. She tells him not to get into any more trouble and gives him a kiss on the cheek before leaving. Meanwhile, the man, along with his sister and assistants, departs from there. He apologizes to Sally, knowing she lost her job. However, Sally's mindset has completely changed now. The experiences and adventures have transformed her. For this reason, she no longer wants to return to her old life. Sally now wants to spend the rest of her life continuing such thrilling adventures. And here, the story of this thrilling movie ends. Friends, how did you like this thrilling movie? Definitely let me know by commenting. Thank you. See you in the next video.